Hello everyone, and as you can see, I'm going to be starting something new. I'm going to be showing you how to use individual Pokemon to their personal strengths and weaknesses in the current Black and White 2 metagame. Today, I'm going to be talking about Venusaur. He's a grass poison type that was introduced in Gen 1. His current tier is Overused, or OU. His two abilities, Overgrow and Chlorophyll. His base stats are 80 for HP, 82 attack, 83 defense, 100 special attack and special defense, and 80 speed. Venusaur is actually a very unique Pokemon in the OU metagame, mostly because his very high speed under the sun due to Chlorophyll, and he has pretty considerable bulk, so he's able to set up his stats to very high dangerous levels and really punch holes through opposing teams. Now, let's look at his viable moves on the offensive side and on the defensive side. Venusaur's two main stab attacking moves are Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. Giga Drain is base 75 power with 100 accuracy and recovers half the HP that you dealt to the opposing Pokemon, which is always nice because Venusaur is going to be setting up his moves, so he's going to be taking a little bit of damage in the meantime. And if you choose to run a Life Orb, then you'll be recovering off the recoil, which is always nice. Sludge Bomb is base 90 power with 100 accuracy, and it hits anything that doesn't resist it very hard. Hidden Power Fire gets Pseudo Stab under the sun, where Venusaur always wants to be, and instead of base 70 power, he gets base 105 power, which is always welcome because his two main attacking moves are walled by steel types, which fire hits for super effective damage. Earthquake is a very strong physical move with base 100 power and base 100 accuracy. And from his next move, Growth, he gets +2 attack under the sun, so that's always welcome. Growth, while under the sun, boosts his physical attack and special attack by 2 stages each, while not under the sun, it is only 1 stage for attack and 1 stage for defense. But since Venusaur is mostly going to be used on sun teams, Growth is very useful because Venusaur can easily run a mixed set. So Growth is always welcome because it's a very, very good stat boosting move. Swords Dance boosts his physical attack by 2 stages, and if you want to run a physical Venusaur set, Swords Dance is the way to go because while Growth does boost both stats by 2, if you're running a physical set, you won't really need the special attack boost, and Swords Dance is not affected by the weather, so it's a bit more reliable than Growth. Power Whip is a very strong physical grass move that gets Stab, because Venusaur is obviously a grass type, and hits very hard on things that don't resist it, much like Sludge Bomb, but from the physical side. Solar Beam is a 120 base power special grass move with 100 accuracy, and while under the sun, does not require a charge turn, so that might appeal to a lot of people, but it's somewhat unreliable if you're facing opposing weather because they can switch in and then cause you to be trapped in. Now let's look at Venusaur's defensive moves. Leech Seed is a very nice move because it damages the other Pokemon while still recovering Venusaur the same amount of HP that was dealt to the seeded Pokemon. And if Venusaur wants to switch out and go to another Pokemon, that Pokemon still gets the recovery from Leech Seed, so it offers some team support. Sleep Powder is a instant sleep move with 75 accuracy and really incapacitates Pokemon for a few turns, and if they want to switch out, the new sleep mechanics of Black and White really help Venusaur a lot because he can really support his team by incapacitating other Pokemon. Synthesis is an instant recovery move that, while under the sun, instead of recovering the standard 50%, recovers 75%, so it increases Venusaur's survivability a lot. Light Screen is more team support and boosts your team's special defense by 2 stages for 5 turns if he's not holding light clay and 8 turns if he is. Toxic is always a nice move because it gradually really whittles down the opposing Pokemon, and they're not really going to want to stay in for too long because, one, Venusaur is going to be hitting them very hard if he sets up growth, and Toxic will be gradually racking up damage on them as well. Knockoff is base 20 power dark move, but is really used more defensively because it can get rid of choice bands, really just get rid of your opponent's item, which is always nice because some physical attackers rely on it, and walls really like leftovers recovery, and if you knock that off, then they won't really be getting that gradual recovery, which is always nice. Roar is really only viable for phasing and since Venusaur is pretty bulky on the special side, he can phase out Pokemon and really abuse entry hazards and get rid of substitute users. So that's always welcome on really any team. Now, let's see how Venusaur really performs in a standard OU match that I had on Pokemon Showdown the other day. I'm running a really not really standard, but a pretty standard Sun team. I just really have the Sun to benefit Volcarona, who always likes to stab Fire Blasts, boosted by Sun, and Venusaur with Chlorophyll. Now I send in Venusaur and Sleep Powder the Blissey, which allows a free switch-in turn for my Ninetales, which is always nice, so there's some team support that Venusaur has to offer, just by using one of his moves. Now, all this shenanigans that doesn't really apply to Venusaur goes on, rapid spinning those rocks away, like a champion. Yeah, then I go back into Ninetales. Venusaur really only gets to use the Sun for like a turn, so yeah, he actually can function outside of Sun teams. He just likes Sun better. So I get the growth off, so +2 special attack and +2 attack. I'm able to one-shot the Politoed, then I bring the Gliscor down to practically a sliver of HP. The Skarmory comes in, and since the Blissey has Natural Cure and woke up when it switched out, I'm able to put the Skarmory to sleep, and then set up some more growths, which Venusaur's already hitting hard, and now he's going to be hitting even harder than before. Now Blissey has that really, really high HP stat, and it's a great special wall, so really the fact that Venusaur is doing that much damage to it with a neutral move is very impressive. Then I get the 5th growth off, or something like that. I get +5. And then, with Venusaur's natural bulk, he's able to take a stab Brave Bird from a Skarmory, and then retaliate with a Sleep Powder, and set up another growth. So, oh wait, no, not another growth. Hit him with a Giga Drain. Now I set up a growth, and it's really, really, as you can see, it's just really hard to counter Venusaur once he really starts gets his momentum moving, because as you saw earlier, his stats aren't the greatest, but once he starts boosting them, he hits very hard and is very hard to stop, just really because of his great move pool with his 2 stab attacks, and then growth and Sleep Powder really help him out a lot. So thank you all for watching. If you have any comments, really suggestions or feedback, please leave it in the comments below. I really enjoy reading them, and I'll be more than happy to hear from you guys. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.